Hey guys, this is Josh from the Ill-Equipped Kitchen here today with another recipe, a classic of North Africa, a classic of the hipster in Shoreditch. This is shakshuka. This is a really simple little recipe to make. Just a couple of vegetables, a few spices that you should have in your cupboard, and a little bit of chicken stock and a tin of tomatoes. Most of this stuff you might already have. Let's run through the ingredients list. So, we're starting with onions and some peppers. They're gonna be the base of our sauce. And then we're gonna have the spices, which is paprika, chili powder, ground cumin, and a cinnamon stick. Now, if you've got fresh cumin, use that, grind it yourself, it's much better. I can't get it over here. We've got 4 eggs, which are gonna go into the final stew and poach in that stew. It's gonna be so tasty. A tin of tomatoes, garlic for a bit of a nice pong, a bit of sugar, just to mellow things out a bit, because it can get a little bit acidic. And then to garnish, we've got some coriander and some spring onions. And we've got a lemon as well, squeeze over at the end, just to brighten everything up. I'm gonna get the prep done, and then we'll get cooking. So with peppers, you can see that this little ridge here, that is where the white nasty bit is that you don't want to eat. So if you just slice around there, then that just gets rid of all of that, and there's no need to do any messing around. And there you go. Slice these into nice thin strips, just like that. Now for our onions, and we're just going to slice our onions. So take off both ends, chop in half. When you're cutting onions, make sure you have a nice sharp knife. It will go through a lot easier, you'll be able to do it quicker, and it won't sting your eyes as much, because when you cut through the onion, you're breaking the cells, and that's releasing all of that perfume that is actually stinging your eyes. So a sharper knife cuts less of the cells, less of the perfume out there. Get these into the frying pan with a little bit of olive oil. They can all go in together. A little bit of olive oil, not too much. Get a bit of salt in there now, that will help draw out some of the liquid in there. Give them a toss up, and then onto the heat. And they're gonna go for about 10 minutes on a nice high heat. So we're gonna get some really lovely black color on those peppers, charred up a little bit. Same with the onions, and they're gonna sweat down and then go nice and soft, and then we're gonna be able to start the stew. Okay guys, so these have been going for about 10 minutes now, and you can see there's some beautiful color on there. It's slightly charred, and that is exactly what we're looking for. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up some garlic, and we're gonna add that to the mixture. Just a couple of cloves, a couple of big cloves of garlic. Okay, and now this garlic, we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna give it another kind of 2 minutes, along with a big heaped teaspoon of chili powder. Yeah, about the same of cumin, a big tablespoon of paprika. That's it, right, and now we're just gonna toss that up together, a bit more oil in there, and then back on the heat. That wants to be a lower heat because you don't want to burn the garlic. It's got a lower smoke point, and it will go bitter and nasty, so just be careful at this point. While that's doing it, I'm gonna open my tin of tomatoes. I realize I don't have a tin opener, so we're gonna have to kind of try and open this by hand. Great, so now that we've fried off those spices, you can really smell the aroma coming off. It's just all in there. Ooh, I got a little bit of the smoke from the chili. I'm just gonna pick out these tomatoes. We've got whole plum tomatoes here, because they are better than your regular chopped up stuff. And we're just gonna put those in there, and we're gonna squeeze them through with our hands. Then we're gonna get our chicken stock. Oh, dirty hands. I'm gonna use about the same amount, so about 300 to 400 mils of the chicken stock. We're just gonna stick that in there as well. Beautiful, okay. Give that a little stir around, get everything incorporated. And then this is gonna boil down on a nice gentle simmer for about 25 minutes, just until the moisture has gone down, so it's just a thick, unctuous stew. You don't want it to stick as well, so every couple of minutes just come along and give it a little stir so it's not sticking to the bottom. Okay, so that's all incorporated. We're gonna give it a little bit more of a season now, season it every step of the way. Get that in there as well. Don't do too much, you can't take it out, you can put it in later though. We're gonna finish up the seasoning at the very end, and then that's gonna go back on the heat. We're gonna bring that back up to the boil, then we're gonna turn the heat right down, and just let it simmer away for, as I said, about 25 to 35 minutes. And I almost forgot, don't forget your little mate here, the cinnamon stick. That's gonna give a really beautiful kind of perfume to it, so stick that in now. The shakshuka has been boiling down now for about 25 minutes and it is looking amazing. Have a look at this. Oh, this is the kind of consistency you want. When you move it off of the pan, you want it just to kind of hold its place. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make 4 wells for our eggs to go in and poach in the stew. So give it all a good mix around because you're not going to be able to mix it about more after this. So make sure it's all correct. This is where you need to get the seasoning right. This is the most important bit of the whole thing. So give it a taste. That's really good, but we do need a bit more salt in there. It's got a nice fiery heat to it, but nothing that's going to blow your head off. So now we're going to dig those 4 little wells in there, and we're going to get our eggs and very gently crack them in, try not to break them. The fresher the eggs, the better for this. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna season those eggs up, just a little bit of salt on each of the yolks, just all over. Great, and then we're gonna put that back on the heat, low heat, put a lid over it so that all steams up together. Perfect. And here's the moment you've all been waiting for, guys. Here it is. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. All we need to do is put our greens on top. Let's just kind of put those in little pockets here and there. Just the spring onions, and then our coriander, which we're just gonna pop over here. A little squeeze of lemon, just to brighten everything up. Okay, put that on the side. And that's it. What a great dish this is. This is a great little recipe that I love to make. It's a weekday thing. It doesn't take too long. If you want it to be vegetarian, it can be. If you want it to be vegan, it can be. You don't have to put the eggs in. You don't have to put the chicken stock in. You can just have it as a lovely vegetable stew. Let's have some. Let's tuck in. Oh, get some of that jammy egg in with all the other stew. Oh, very hot. Oh. Oh, it's so good though. It's got a good bit of spice to it. The charring on those vegetables, the time that we gave that to like really go over earlier, giving it a smokiness, along with the paprika. Thanks very much for watching this, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure making this one. This is one of my absolute favorite dishes. Quick, easy, so tasty, really fulfilling. So like and comment on the video, guys. Tell me what else you want to see me make. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you next time.